Since, by living in a society, one can be far more productive than by living on his own, doesn't that give the group a claim on the products of an individual's labor, as, for example, through taxation?
I'm sorry if you haven't read Atlas Shrugged, and I hate to recommend it. I'm sure it will not do you any good, or you it. Nevertheless, it's my duty to recommend it because you will find an answer to your question. I'll give you just a brief one. I would suggest that you check the premise whether, left alone on a desert island, you would build a log cabin if you use your mind in the manner you demonstrate in this question, namely by context dropping. Look, you would achieve no more on a desert island than you achieve in a free society, because even though the material, the content of knowledge would be less, that knowledge in a most civilized society doesn't do you any good until your own mind has grasped it and then applied it. If you could build a log cabin on a desert island all by yourself, then in America you would probably build 10 skyscrapers, if that is the extent of your mind. But the people who come after you, no matter what knowledge you left them, will not be able to use it at all unless they learn from you and then apply their knowledge by their own independent work. That is the way in which we learn from past generations and teach future generations. What does this mean? That the only moral inheritance that we owe to those from whom we learn is to use our mind and keep the society free to let other minds use it as they did. By what earthly means or right, the means I know, the gun, but by what earthly right does a society, that is people who have not achieved anything and do not intend to, by what right would they seize anything above a log cabin in today's civilization, let us say? There is no right of taxation, and there is no such thing as society. It is only man. The men who are entitled to their property is whatever they produce by their own thinking and effort and by contractual agreement with others. They are entitled to nothing else.